I'm going to try to avoid too many videos that are like the talking head idea, but I had a hard time coming up with a good visual for this chapter. So I thought I'd just take a second, or a couple minutes actually as it is, to give you an overview of where we're going. The learning goals for this unit reference a model from the text in a few terms that might seem a little technical, but I hope that you find the basic idea is actually pretty simple. Really, performance is just a fancy way of saying the things we do to achieve a goal. In IO, we think about it in the context of the organization's goals, but the same ideas apply to behaviors related to your personal goals. That's part of the reason that one of our learning activities asks you to think about how Campbell's performance model can be applied to your work as a student. That said, I think we're really concerned with how well we're performing or how well others are performing. In other words, we're actually concerned with effectiveness. We're concerned with what we accomplish. That's actually what Campbell's model is predicting. We'll consider the variables that contribute to effectiveness in more detail, in other words, the parts of Campbell's model, in the next few units. And we'll take a bit of a detour to consider how we decide what's necessary and effective for a particular job. Before we start unpacking that model, though, we also need to think about the idea that behaviors aren't always focused on getting things done. They're not always focused on effectively completing the immediate task at hand. Organizational citizenship behavior and counterproductive work behavior are ideas that, again, might seem familiar from other parts of life. No matter the context, I think it's interesting to think about what leads to those types of behaviors and what the effects really are. Like I said, I had a hard time thinking of a picture or analogy that really portrayed those ideas. So if you have any ideas, I would welcome your thoughts. For now, I think the best way I can explain it is that it's like the carnival game, where you try to hit a target hard enough to propel that thing up to the top to ring a bell. Hitting the target is task performance, and effectiveness is how close we get to ringing the bell up at the top. Organizational citizenship behavior would be if we helped someone else swing the hammer or cheered for them as they swung themselves. Counterproductive work behavior would be if we were working together as a team and we decided to put grease on the handle of the hammer. So that may or may not help, but gives you an idea of the pieces that we're bringing together and the idea that we're not just talking about a person in a cube or a talking head on the screen. It's an idea or a set of ideas that plays out in a lot of ways. Look forward to talking to you or reading your ideas in the discussion boards.